Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea and I have another video for you guys. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin because there's some interesting things happening. We broke all-time highs last night. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, right now Bitcoin is trading at $72,964.69, up about 3.98% on the day. We did break above $73,000 last night. We're seeing basically money flowing into the overall ecosystem right now. We're seeing altcoins make some big moves with Bitcoin making a move to the upside, which I'll take a look at shortly. There's some interesting things in the charts to be paying attention to when it comes to that. But also Bitcoin dominance trading at 52.22%. When you exclude stablecoins, we're trading at about 54.22%. Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to tick up, guys. As we get closer to the halving, expect to see that 55 to 60% Bitcoin dominance, probably 57%. A lot of people are starting to talk about 60%. I think that people are going to somewhat front run that. So we may see either in the opposite direction, that we go to say 62, 63, or we come down and we don't hit that 60 and we hit about 57% Bitcoin dominance. But that being said, guys, lots of liquidity moving into altcoins. Very, very exciting stuff. All-time highs happening continuously right now. Let's take a look at the charts. So right now, Bitcoin, $73,000, right? In the past few videos, I've talked about these green dots forming a market cipher on the weekly candle. And every single time on the weekly term time frame, we see a green dot right here with a big momentum wave to the upside. It's very bullish. It's very bullish. We're starting to see that play out here. And I think that we're going to see this continue to play out. This momentum wave hasn't really started clipping to the downside yet, and we're talking about the weekly time frame. We still have about 4 days and 7 hours. Be very, very curious to see where this forms at the closing basis. What we want to see is this just coming up higher without the light blue clipping to the downside with more of the dark blue. We don't want to be seeing that. We want to see this just continuing to stay thin like this, coming to the upside. But this green dot, guys, you couple that with this momentum and the money flow coming in, it's very good. It's very good. We're probably going to see this go much higher here on the longer term time frames, on the weekly and the monthly. Very exciting stuff. Last time this has happened, you see we got this green dot with this big thin light blue here. We saw this huge move to the upside. Let's measure that just for fun. I mean, I think we came up from here. That was our first big leg up in the bull market. 300% gain. 300% gain, pretty incredible in a relatively short amount of time. These are weekly candles, but basically in the span of, well, let's measure it again. I think it was about a couple months. Yeah, 77 days. 77 days. We still have time, guys. We still have time. As long as this continues to play out that way, higher for longer. But I do want to take a look at this as well. I mean, when you're looking at the weekly chart, it starts to paint a picture of where we're at here. Because right now, guys, we've been breaking all-time highs consistently, but we're just not really staying above it. We're not maintaining it, and that is absolutely okay. We've talked about these green boxes I have drawn here. 22 days, guys, testing previous cycle highs. When we broke 20,000 in 2017, and then we tried to test it again in 2020, it took about 24 days before we actually closed above it. Could happen right now, guys. We could be in that situation right now. When we take a closer look at this, you can see, I mean, we've been in this for about 15 days now. We are seeing daily candle closes above it, that's for sure. Especially if we can close this one above 72,000, which would be really, really awesome to see, which is closing in about 6 hours and 11 minutes. I think we may see some continuation. But if not, we could come back down here. We could be trading inside this green box, and that's absolutely fine. The more we trade sideways right now, guys, the longer and higher we're going to go. We're going to be going higher for a longer period of time after the halving. There's a lot of front running going on right now, in my opinion. I think that's kind of what's really happening in this space, is everyone is learning. They've learned about the 4-year cycle, and they say, well, after the 4-year cycle, after the halving, you're supposed to go up for 2 years into 2025. So why would I wait until after the halving to buy when I can buy before the halving? And that's exactly what we're seeing play out right now. And that's why we've put in a new all-time high. It's a little premature. We'll probably have some brutal pullbacks at some point, a little cool-off period, but I don't think that happens just yet. Things are very, very bullish right now. The Bitcoin SPY ETFs are still having record inflow days every single day, buying way more Bitcoin than the miners can even produce. Way more, guys. Way more. And the supply is going to get, not the supply, the reward is going to get cut in half in about 5 weeks, guys, at the halving. It's important that we pay attention to that. I do want to take a quick look at the total 3, which is basically the larger altcoins aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum are excluded. Guys, we're rallying. We're just getting started here with these altcoins. We're just getting started here. And like I said, I think Bitcoin dominance is going to increase as we get closer to the halving. But after the halving, after Bitcoin decides to hop out of the spotlight for a little bit, these gains that these altcoins are going to put in are going to be monumental. They're going to be very, very significant. It's going to be very important to be paying attention to altcoins, paying attention to what is making the most gain in the Bitcoin versus Solana, the Bitcoin versus Crocoin, the Bitcoin versus Cardano, the Bitcoin versus Stacks. It's going to be very important to start pivoting and paying attention to that once Bitcoin finally tops out in dominance. We're already seeing this. It's curling up. When we break the previous high here at about $1.16 trillion on the total 3, expect a large move to the upside. Probably somewhat of a parabolic blow off top would be an appropriate thing to call it, to be expecting that, because that's basically how it's been playing out every cycle. We see that little uptick to the upside, just like that. Be paying very close attention to that, guys. People are going to make a lot of money when it comes to altcoins, but just right now is maybe not the best time to be doing that unless you are purchasing coins that have been lagging, aka Crocoin. I'm not financial advice, but I'm saying Crocoin has been a laggard, and I think that Crocoin will catch up once the masses and the real retail hype comes back into play. It's a great indicator looking at the Crocoin chart, because Crocoin is, well, to be honest with you, that's going to be the first thing people are going to flock to that haven't been involved in crypto or are coming back into crypto, because it has a very, very easy barrier to entry when it comes to getting involved in crypto. But guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Pay close attention right now, because things are going to probably get really wacky. There's going to be a lot of leverage flush outs to make you panic sell. It's always good to take profit, but don't get caught selling the flush out just to have a big wick to the downside to immediately have a V-shaped recovery back up, and you say, why did I sell? I lost money that I shouldn't have lost. It's going to get very, very difficult here. But like I said, if you like this type of content, guys, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please go follow me on Twitter at 333Blacksea. I said I would give away $100 of the Crocoin if I got to 100 followers, and I would give it to one of the followers on Instagram. It's been like 48 hours. I don't care. I want to give this money away. Get me to 100 followers, and I'll give one of you guys $100 worth of Crocoin. But that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.